What's up, y'all? This is Lady Crenshaw coming back at you, Soldiers TV, for the second show. That's Michael. I'm coming back because I'm trying to catch up with my show episodes so that I can get some proper marketing done in terms of getting some things out and getting the word out as much as possible. So I need to accumulate a certain number of shows for people. So that is why I'm doing so much right now. But first, let me explain why I'm sitting on the floor. If you didn't watch the show before, for whatever reason, I can only hit internet right here in the house right now. We live in the boondocks, so it's just like that sometimes. Um, all right, let's go right into the topic. By now, you guys know what Soldiers TV is about. It's about uplifting Black women to become the queens that we are all striving to be and claim position in this wonderful kingdom. That is my daughter who sleeps next to me as I record every episode, and hopefully, I know that all of this is getting in her subconscious so that on top of me giving it to her while she's awake and conscious, she's getting it while she's asleep too. So my daughter lays right next to me for all of these. All right, let's go right into it. So the first couple of shows I've been really on sisters, from conscious sisters to motherhood to raising the bar, and excuse me, I want to really I think sisters, we get the point. We know we gotta heal. There's definitely gonna be more issues directly just for us, but I do want to address something that is the counter to excuse me, it's not the counter, it's the partner to conscious sisters. So we got a group of, and I put this on my blog on Facebook. Y'all come be my friend on Facebook. It's just Lady with an I Crenshaw, and you'll see all of my blogs. But I have a blog called Conscious Sisters, Righteous Brothers. So the Righteous Brothers serve as the exact same thing. Let's make something really clear. You can't be righteous, tell me that you understand how powerful and important that the Black Queen is, and all of this good stuff, and you still subject women to ill treatment. I respect the man who is honest with women, who tells women, you know, this is where it's at, this is the business, but I cannot honor you. And there's a big difference. You know, I'm going to catch a lot of flack for this, but I really believe that art, we're supposed to be striving to be any type of an example. You know, if we are saying I just do my art and it's divinely inspired, and but it's not to be applied to your life, you know, it's like you putting on a mask, brothers. Don't come at me on some old hotep, you know, carrying a copper ankh and smelling good with oils, and walking around with incense in your hand and shit. But you don't even, you trying to get at me, and I turn my back and you trying to get at my girl. Or you don't truly respect me behind that mask. I'm gonna get personal on this show. My first husband was an artist, and for a long time, sisters, please learn from this. I gave the impression to the community that this brother was completely 100% righteous, and he wasn't. And not to say that he wasn't righteous in his intention. I do believe that he can grow to be a good brother, and eventually at some points he did. I'm just saying that at that time, in that moment, I hid a lot of things because I was afraid of his reputation. But these righteous brothers who are dogging us out, who are coming in, sleeping with us, not calling, not respecting us, not being of any other value than a good conversation to ensure that we give them what they want. That's not righteousness, brothers. Let's put you in your proper category. I'm a firm believer in give, call a goose, a cow, a horse a horse. Okay, you're not a righteous brother if you are still subjecting women to treatment that you would not want your daughter to go through, that you would not want your mother to go through. Again, I'm not speaking of the men who are honest with these sisters, because there are some sisters who are cool with it. I'm talking about you consciously know that this woman might be a little bit too weak to do the said proposed situation that you want, no strings attached, sex and all that good stuff, and you still take it there, and then you wonder why you got crazy broads. We wonder why. A lot of people think this conscious community does not go through the exact same drama, the exact same nonsense, and they're just out of their minds for that. Because if it's not more, because we're putting on this mask trying to protect, to keep this person of being conscious, and that's some nonsense. Or righteous, these righteous brothers. Just because you're a poet and you're an artist, and you shoot, I'll even go as far as saying, and you mentor a couple of kids, that does this, and it's more to that to be a king. Okay. And if you can't handle the responsibility of being a king, then I'm not going to call you a king. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to call you a righteous brother. I think I'll call you an honest brother if you are being honest. And if you're not being honest, you're just straight up conniving. And, a lot of times brothers criticize sisters for sharing and saying, hey sis, this brother did such and such to me, and claim it to be being in folks' business. But we got to protect ourselves. We have to know, sisters, that I know I'm going to trust you to tell me the truth on what your dealings were with him, because we're grown, we're out of high school, we should be able to have these conversations, especially when there's no obligation to us as sisters. You know what I'm saying? I've shared this as well on the show, that I in a situation where I I'm dating someone. I knew the person that he dated before. We were not friends. Did she talk to me on occasion? Absolutely. Did we build on occasion? Absolutely. But did I trust her? Did I call on her for my needs and all of that stuff? No, we weren't friends, and she didn't do the same to me either. Um, the moment that I decided to take it there with him, and I was the one who did the take it, who said, okay, if I'm gonna do this, brother, I need you to understand, I'm going to have this conversation with this sister, because I respect the idea of being a woman enough, and she may give me some insight that I need to know. Of course, I didn't tell him that, and I'm gonna be able to use my own judgment to decide what I believe to be true or not. But I'm just giving this to be the example of, sisters, this is how we should be conducting ourselves. Brothers are going to always present this righteousness in this community, and we have to be safe. We have to know that there is a pool of us whose egos don't get involved, and we're open enough to say, hey, I saw you do, and he wasn't doing right, because he's claiming to be righteous. So in everything that you do, you should not, I shouldn't get a phone call that you at the coffee shop on the other side of town snapping your fingers to some poetry with your copper ankh and incense with another chick. It's still another chick. Just like I said for conscious sisters, doing whole shit is doing whole shit. Okay. I'm sorry to cuss with my baby in the room, but that's just the truth. If you and that applies for men, and that applies for women. If you sleeping around, you's a hoe. You know you a hoe, and just like admit it, and admit that that's the state that you're in. But don't claim this righteousness and present yourself